Welcome back. Welcome to another day, another game. I'm trying to learn with Stockfish, trying to get better positions in the open where I can just where I know I have a winning position and it's up to me to figure out the rest. But if I can just get into that winning position at the get-go and have some ideas of how to attack, I should be able to do well at these games and maybe get myself up to 1,000 or even 2,000. So let's get to the game that I recently played. And here we are. I played a guy from Canada and just he started off with the King's Pawn. I matched it and he's playing the Italian game. I just bring out my other knight, two knights, and he pushed that pawn. I was playing this game as if he was playing the Rui Lopez, and that's not exactly the right idea. So I made a mistake. I am learning from it. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, I took that pawn because you'd normally do that, the Rui Lopez. But then I realized right after I did that that he could just take there and my knight wouldn't be able to go back to that position right away. I couldn't recapture with that knight because his knight could just recapture, and I have nothing to defend against it. So I was like, oh, I messed this up really bad already. The computer doesn't think it's horrible, but luckily he missed it. And I was like, yes, let's just let's just recapture that pawn. Everything is going to be just fine. And I recaptured it, and I was like, okay, now I feel comfortable here. Pulled my uh, knight back because in the Rui Lopez positions, you really want to go after that pawn and bring it back and have the knights sitting in these squares. So, anyways, I'm just now at like basically like that Rui Lopez position. I'm attacking both bishops. He he's in kind of a tough position. So he moved his one bishop down here because that was hanging. Didn't want to move that bishop back here because that would just make this one more vulnerable. Um, and yeah, like the computer thinks that he should move back there. So anyhow, I thought, okay, let's just trade down some pieces. I know I'm okay with like worth where I'm at in my position. Let's just let's just keep going. And so I try to attack his pieces, put pressure on it, and he checked me, uh, and I just blocked with the bishop here. And actually, Stockfish says that I could block with either piece, at least at the depth of 31. Both those pieces, both those moves are identically good. But I wanted to keep my queen on the board because I figure I can maybe do more damage. And if I brought my queen up here, I could possibly target this pawn that's not defended whatsoever. This pawn's not defended whatsoever. Thought there's a lot of attacking choices for me to go with, and I wanted to have the flexibility with my queen. So, anyways, he moved back. The computer just says, "Hey, trading here is the best idea." I just wanted to castle, get my rook here, hopefully, in order to maybe make a discover attack on the king and perhaps get his queen pinned to the king because that would just be so wonderful if I got pulled that off. So, anyways, he almost let me, but he saw what was going on, and I was like, okay, well, I do have like basically a free move. I could go here. The knight is blocking me. Whoops. Can go here. Can go here. If I can draw the arrows, but as like a free move. But yeah, there wasn't anything that I could really attack with. So I could move here and attack his knight, but his queen could just recapture. I was thinking he left a pawn hanging or a bishop hanging, just capture that. I moved in to try and take a quick checkmate and just want to defend against it. And it liked this, like moving the bishop up here a little bit more. I I felt like it would be too vulnerable to do it that way, but apparently it's just fine because it's being guarded by the queen. And but if I wanted to move the queen out, this bishop wouldn't be guarded, and just kind of didn't. It wasn't something I wanted to just leave hanging for an attack. So he moved his knight back, which is now pinned, and I want to defend my knight, so I move that pawn up. I didn't think at the time that my position was as good as it was. As you see here, uh, this knight is is pretty much pinned to that queen. He could deliver a check, and yeah, like he could deliver the check. It would delay uh, long enough so he could move his queen. But yeah, if he moved here, I couldn't recapture, and then yeah, things wouldn't look too good. So luckily luckily I had a move, um, so I could defend against that and also pressure his knight. So he moved here. It would have been good the previous move, but since I moved my pawn up, it does not make a very good move for to do that. So I just move up, and his bishop or his knight is trapped. So the only thing he could do is go back, and then I knew I could just recapture because then that uh, bishop would be protected. So and also attacking the the queen. And here it says, "Hey, fully sacrifice the queen, so you don't get mated." And I didn't quite see the mate here either because, like, I guess what is it, mate in 10? I can't really see that far ahead unless if I know that it's mate in 10, just because I went through the line before, but I did not, so I didn't know. So I just took um, with the knight. Since it didn't deliver with a check, capturing that pawn, it liked taking the bishop, delivering a check, and then probably pulling it back, um, or continue with the attack somehow, like maybe bringing up the queen. But um, they moved the rook so it doesn't get hit anymore, or so it doesn't get captured. Put pressure on the queen, and I didn't realize that this position was as good as it was. I knew it was great, um, but really the my opponent wasn't able to move. There's very few squares. I'm pretty much taking up the whole chessboard, and they're feeling very cramped. Um, Feeling the pressure with my knight being right up there next to their king, and he can't take me because it's defended. So I moved that back, and yeah, he moved to the wrong square, and now that knight is just hanging, and I could recapture with the bishop. He was like, okay, game over. So I feel like this game illustrates the power of getting a good position near the very beginning. And let me just show you the game review. Here's the chart for how it went. And yeah, like soon as as soon as you can, like this is pretty close to being the very beginning. And if I could just get into a winning position, like right here, the rest of the game should flow pretty smoothly. That's my theory in trying to study with stockfish. So yeah, as soon as I get in a good position, my opponent should be making mistakes, and I should be able to win. Um, but just try and take it one game at a time, and luckily I won that game, and I hope to win some of these games more frequently, get my rating back up. I'm hoping to get my rating back up to 900 soon. Um, but yeah, again, just got to play some games and got to win some games. Chess.com analysis thinks I played with 85.3, 67.9 for the opponent. Again, this is what I like to see. I don't like, I like to see that I had no blunders, no misses, and no mistakes. I had some inaccuracies. I feel like I kind of learned my lesson from the inaccuracies in that particular opening in that setup. Hopefully, I play it a little bit better in the future. So, um, but with 85.3, I am very happy with that. So, I'll take that. And it says that I played like a 1500 and my opponent played like 850. So, hopefully I can make it up to that 1500 rating faster. I gotta just keep my consistency in playing. I need to make sure I get plenty of sleep. I need to play when I'm in the right mindset and not just move the pieces around. I need to think like, okay, I need to analyze these different positions, figure out what moves are better moves, and I probably should do a little bit better time control, like a 15 minute game, uh, just to make sure that I have enough time to think through my moves and maybe sit back for a minute and say, okay, what what plan can I have to attack, especially in the middle game, try and figure out how I can turn this into an end game. So, yeah, we'll just take it one game at a time and see how tomorrow goes. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.